Fourth example, minimize and maximize z is equal to x plus 2y subject to these constraints. Here x comma y greater than or equal to 0 implies x is greater than or equal to 0 and y is greater than or equal to 0. Now look at the solution. The first inequality is x plus 2y is greater than or equal to 100. The equation of the line for this inequality is x plus 2y is equal to 100. Let us call this as equation 1. Now we have to find the points on the line. Put x is equal to 0 in equation 1. The first term will become 0. 2y is equal to 100 implies y is equal to 50. Now put y is equal to 0 in this equation. Second term will become 0. Then x is equal to 100. Therefore, the line passes through the points 0, 50 and 100, 0. Now we have to find the solution region of this inequality. For that, put x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0 in the inequality. We get 0 greater than or equal to 100, which is false. The origin is not included in the solution region. Then the solution region lies away from the origin. Now remember that if we have greater than or equal to sign and the number in the RHS is positive, then always the solution region lies away from the origin because the origin will not satisfy the inequality. Similarly, if we have less than or equal to sign and the number in the RHS is positive, then always origin satisfy the inequality because 0 will be less than or equal to the positive number is always true. In such cases, the solution region lies towards the origin. Now here the solution region lies away from the origin. This is about first inequality. Now the second inequality is 2x minus y is less than or equal to 0. The equation of the line is 2x minus y is equal to 0. Call this as equation 2. Now we have to find the points on the line. For that, I'll substitute x as 0 in equation 2. Then the first term will become 0. We get y is equal to 0. Observe here. The point on the line is 0, 0, that is origin. The line passes through the origin. When this happens, when the constant in the inequality is 0, then always the line passes through the origin. So if I substitute y as 0 in the equation, again we get the value of x as 0. We get the same point. So to find the another point on the line, we have to substitute any other value to the variable x. So which value we can substitute here? You can substitute 1, 2 or any value. But observe here, for the first line, we have the points 0, 50 and 100, 0. They are in terms of multiples of 10. So you may choose the value of x in terms of multiples of 10, either 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 or any value. I'll substitute x as 20. Then the equation will become 2 into 20 is 40, y is 40. When x is 20, y will be 40. Then the line passes through the points. One point is 0, 0 and another point is 20, 40. Now we have to find the solution region for this inequality. Observe that the line itself is passing through the origin, then the solution region for this inequality will not be in terms of either towards the origin or away from the origin. In this case, we do not substitute the origin in the inequality to check the solution region because the origin gives us 0 less than or equal to 0. Here equality holds, then the origin will always satisfy the inequality, either it is less than or equal to or greater than or equal to sign. So this doesn't give us any idea about the solution region of the inequality. To find the solution region, we first draw the line of this equation in the graph and then we check for the solution region. So look at the graph. I had drawn x and y axis. Now to mark these points, observe that in the equation 1 x takes the value 100 and in equation 2 it takes the value 20. For the third inequality, if y is 0 then x will take the value 100. So it is enough to mark the points up to 100 on the x-axis. Similarly, y takes the value 50 and 0. In the third inequality, when x is 0, y will be 200. So we have to mark the points up to 200 on the y-axis. So I have marked the points 10, 20, 30 up to 110 on the x-axis, and we have to mark up to 200 on the y-axis. So I have taken the points 20, 40, 60 up to 200 on the y-axis. Now we have to draw the lines of second equation. The points on the line are 0, 0, 20, 40. 0, 0 is here, 20, 40, x 20, y 40 is here. Now I have to draw the line passing through these points. Observe here, the inequality is including the equality sign, so we draw a solid line. I had drawn the line passing through the points, and for our convenience I'll write the equation of this line. Equation of the line is 2x minus y is equal to 0. So the equation is 2x minus y equal to 0. Now there are two regions divided by this line. The region lying towards the axis, x-axis, and another is lying towards the y-axis. One of these regions will be the solution region. To find the solution region, substitute any point in any of these regions in the inequality. If that point satisfies, then the region including that point will be the solution region. If that point doesn't satisfy, then the region which is not including that point will be the solution region. Choose any point. I will consider the point 50, 20, x 50, y 20. Let us substitute this point in the inequality. I have substituted x as 50 and y as 20 in the inequality. We get 2 into 50 minus 20, that is 100 minus 20, which is 80, less than or equal to 0 is false. This point does not satisfy the inequality, means the region containing this point will not be solution region. Where is this point? This point is towards the x-axis. This is not the solution region. Then the solution region will be the region which is not including the point, that is towards the y-axis. So I have written the solution region lies towards the y-axis. Or you can also write the solution region lies away from the x-axis. You can also choose any point in this region. Suppose if I take the point 10, 80, then you can verify by substituting this point in the inequality. When x is 10, y is 80 gives us 2 into 10 minus 80. 20 minus 80 is minus 60, less than or equal to 0 is true. This point satisfy the inequality. Then the region containing this point will be the solution region. And you can say the solution region lies towards the y-axis. Now I'll mark the solution region for this inequality. The solution region lies towards the y-axis. Now let us look at the third inequality. The third inequality is 2x plus y is less than or equal to 200. For the third inequality, the equation of line is here. To find the points on the line, substitute x as 0. The first term will be 0. We get y is equal to 200. Now put y is equal to 0. We get 2x equal to 200, which implies x is equal to 100. Then the line passes through the points 0, 200 and 100, 0. Now we have to find the solution region of this inequality. Observe here, the inequality contains less than or equal to sign and the number in the RHS is positive. If I substitute origin, then always 0 will be less than or equal to 200 is true. It satisfies, then the solution region lies towards the origin. I have substituted x0 and y0 in the inequality. Then 0 less than or equal to 200 is true. Therefore, the solution region lies towards the origin. This is about third inequality. And the last, we have non-negative constraints. Since x and y both are greater than or equal to 0, the feasible region lies in the first quadrant. Now let us plot the graph for all these inequalities. For the first equation, the points are 0, 50 and 100, 0. I'll mark the points. 0, 50, x 0, y 50, 50 lies in between 40 and 60 here. And another point is 100, 0. X is 100, y 0 lies here. And the inequality is slack inequality. So the line is a solid line. I'll draw the line joining these 2 points. Now I'll write the equation of this line. Equation of the line is x plus 2y is equal to 100. It is the first equation. X plus 2y is equal to 100. Similarly, for the second line, the points are 0, 0 and 20, 40. We have already drawn the line here. Now we draw the third line. 0, 200 and 100, 0. 0, 200 lies here. 100, 0 is this point. Now I draw the line passing through these points. I had drawn the line and written the equation of the line. Now, the solution region of the first line is, observe here, the solution for the first line lies away from the origin. So this is the first line. The region towards the origin is here. Then the region lying away from the origin is above the line. So this will be the solution region for this inequality. For the third inequality, the solution region lies towards the origin. This is the third inequality. The region lying towards the origin is this side. Then I'll mark the region lies towards the origin. Now we have to find the common region. The solution region for the first inequality is lying above the line. For the second, lying towards the y-axis. The common region for both of these will be above the first line towards the y-axis of second line here. And for the third, the solution region lies towards the origin. Now the common region for all the three is this region. And also by the non-negative constraints, this region, feasible region, lies in the first quadrant. So we restrict the feasible region in the first quadrant. We do not cross this region to second quadrant. Then this will be the feasible region. And I rub the remaining shaded region other than the feasible region. Now the shaded region is the feasible region and the corner points of this region are here. I'll mark the corner points as A, B, C and this as D. the coordinates of the point A are 0, 50. The coordinates of the point B are 0, 200. The point C is the point of intersection of these two lines. This line is the third equation and this is the second equation. So the coordinates of C are obtained on solving equation 3 and equation 2. Similarly, the point D is the point of intersection of these two lines. The coordinates of the point D are obtained on solving equation 1 and equation 2. Let us find the coordinates of these points. This is equation 3 and here is equation 2. The coefficients of x are equal in both of the equations. So if I subtract equation 2 from equation 3, then x get cancelled and we can find the value of y. Or also observe here, in equation 2 we have minus y, in 3 we have plus y. If I add these two equations, then y minus y get cancelled and we can find the value of x. Or also, if I rewrite the second equation, we get y is equal to 2x. Then you can substitute y is equal to 2x in 3 and you can find the value of x. Now, I will add these two equations to find the value of x. Equation 2 plus equation 3 gives, this is equation 2 and this is equation 3. On adding y get cancelled, 4x is equal to 200, then x is equal to 50. Now substitute x is equal to 50 in equation 2. We get 2 into 50 minus y is 0, then y is equal to 100. Therefore, the coordinates of the point C is 50, 100, x 50, y 100. Now to find the coordinates of point D, we solve equation 1 and equation 2. Observe here, this is equation 2 and here is equation 1. The coefficients of x and y are not equal. Now to solve this, I'll multiply equation 1 by 2 and subtract equation 2 from the resultant equation. 2 into equation 1 minus equation 2 gives us, multiply 2 to equation 1, it will be 2x plus 4y is equal to 200 and equation 2 is here. On subtracting, x get cancelled, we get 5y is equal to 200, then y is 40. Now substitute y is 40 in equation 2, this is equation 2, we get x is equal to 20. Therefore, the coordinates of the point D are 20, 40. We have determined the coordinates of C and D. Now observe the graph. We know the coordinates of A, B and we have determined the coordinates of C. The coordinates of C is 50, 100. I'll write it here, 50, 100. And the coordinates of D are 20, 40. I'll write it here, 20, 40. These are the corner points and also observe here the feasible region is bounded. Then the objective function will have both maximum value and minimum value at the corner point. So observe here, the feasible region is ABCD which is bounded and the corner points of the feasible region are A of 0, 50. I have written here. Next B of 0, 200. 0, 200. Next C of 50, 100. 50, 100. And D of 20, 40. 20, 40. The next step is to evaluate the value of the objective function z at each of these corner points. I had drawn the table, corner points and the objective function z. So substitute x as 0 and y as 50 in this equation, we get z equal to 100. For x equal to 0 and y equal to 200, we get z as 400. Similarly, for C and D, we get the value of z as 250 and 100 respectively. Now the question is to find both minimum and maximum value of z. Now observe here, the minimum value of z among these values is 100. It attains the value 100 at two corner points. So I'll write both of these values as minimum value. And remember that we have discussed in the previous example, whenever the minimum or maximum value attains at two different corner points, then every point on the line joining those 2 points will give us the same maximum or minimum value. So we conclude that the minimum value of z is 100 at not only these 2 points, at all points on the line segment joining the points A and D, A of 0, 50 and D of 20, 40. Look at the graph. A and D are here. Every point on this line segment will give us the same minimum value 100. Now the maximum value is 400. So we conclude that the maximum value of z is 400 at the point B of 0, 200. This completes the solution of this problem. In my next video, I'll explain the examples for unbounded feasible region.